Welcome everyone to another Fantasy Goodfellas video where Richard and I talk about the top 15 tight end rankings for week 2. Richard, you ready?
I'm ready.
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
Boom, boom, boom. Rolling on the field.
The Fantasy Goodfellas. All right, before we get started on this week's rankings, Richard, tell me how you did last week.
If you take out George Kittle, who didn't play, we hit on 8 of 14 tight ends. Another solid number. It was a solid week all around. The tight ends we missed on were Kyle Pitts, surprisingly didn't make the top 15, TJ Hockenson, Dawson Knox, Mike Gesicki, Albert Owugbanam, and Hockenson.
Before we get started, let me just explain what you should expect in this video. Richard's going to give the rankings. I'm going to use our stat machine to try to hold them accountable, but also show some cool graphics and stats that will help you with your lineups. All right, Richard, line them up.
Number 1, Travis Kelce, who will be home against the LA Chargers in what I believe is going to be a shootout. What can you say? Travis Kelce has Patrick Mahomes. He's on a dynamic offense. He consistently does well. We can't rank him lower. And number 2, Mark Andrews. He'll be home against Miami. Mark Andrews was consistent last year. Obviously, that's an understatement. Didn't have a great week 1. We'll see. He's up against a tough defense, but we know Lamar Jackson likes to lean on him. And number 3, Kyle Pitts at the LA Rams. What happened to Kyle Pitts in week 1? Obviously, Mark Mariota wasn't really looking for him. Are we going to have more of the same? And number 4, Darren Waller will be home against Arizona. Darren Waller is going to be part of a shootout. He made some big catches, almost scored. He should be fine. And number 5, Zach Ertz at Las Vegas. I like Ertz because he is one of Kyler Murray's favorite red zone targets. And as a tight end, that's what you want. And number 6, Dalton Schultz will be home against Cincinnati. We know that Dallas offense likes to go to Dalton Schultz. Yes, Dak Prescott is out, but he's still going to play a lot of downs, still going to be a big part of Cooper Rush's offense. And number 7, we have Tayson Hill, who'll be home against Tampa Bay. In one league, I actually played Taysom Hill. It's a 16-team league, and I drafted him as tight end 16 because I saw the potential. And what I expected happened in week 1, and I think it's going to happen as long as they use him. Special plays, right? Wildcat plays, under center near the end zone. Gadget plays where he gets to pass as a tight end. He's going to surprise you because, again, what do you expect from tight ends? Not much, unless you have Kelce, Andrews, Pitts, Waller, maybe. Like after that, it's very little production. And number 8, TJ Hockenson, who'll be home against Washington. Hockenson, lots of talent, very talented guy. Jared Goff is his quarterback. And Jared, they really spread the ball in Detroit, but I think Hockenson will score some touchdowns. And number 9, we have Dallas Goedert, who will be home against Minnesota. They don't pass the ball as much. They did in week 1 a little better for Jalen Hurts, but this is an offense that doesn't pass. But when it comes to guys that don't pass much, when they do pass, they go a lot to the tight end. And number 10, Dawson Knox will be home against Tennessee. Dawson Knox didn't have a great week 1, but Josh Allen, great offense in Buffalo. He's eventually going to get a touchdown here and there. And number 11, Pat Freiermuth, who will be home against New England. He did well. In week 1, he was a top 15 tight end. We expect the same. He's proven to be a good tight end. We'll see how Trubisky fares. And number 12, Gerald Everett at Kansas City. Gerald Everett scored a touchdown last week, and we expect him to score some touchdowns. Why? He's on a great offense with a great quarterback. And number 13, Hayden Hurst at Dallas. Same thing with Hayden Hurst. A great quarterback, great offense. Is he anything special? No, but he'll get his. And number 14, Hunter Henry at Pittsburgh. I was looking at Hunter Henry's numbers from last year. He got a lot of red zone targets. He got some touchdowns. Everybody's down on him. Not a good week 1. And they're going to have crappers. They're going to have – New England's not going to be a great team. They're not going to be a good team this year. But at Pittsburgh, Hunter Henry will eventually get some touchdowns. At number 15, we have Albert Awugbanam, who'll be home against Houston. This is a great matchup. We know Russell Wilson has really, really boosted the value of that Denver offense. He got a lot of usage in that second half. We'll see if that continues.
I didn't see much to complain about here. It's tight ends, pretty much standard. So thanks for coming on here and sharing your top 15 tight end rankings for week 2.
My pleasure, everybody. Good luck in week 2. I know it was a rough start for a lot of people. Just stay with it. Stay with it. Watch our videos and stay with it.
Those fantasy good fellas.
Rolling on the field.
Those fantasy good fellas.